Hi, welcome to What is School of Languages. Today we are going to have a look at le passé composé, the past tense, le passé composé. By the end of this lesson, the people will be able to conjugate the group 1 verb in passé composé, conjugate group 2 verb in passé composé, conjugate group 3 verbs in passé composé. So by the end, you should be able to conjugate these 3 group verbs in passé composé. That is the ER verb for the group 1, IR verb for the group 2, and RE verb for the group 3. Let's have a look at the passé composé of the group 1 verb. We study the group 1 verb in passé composé. They are called regular verbs that form the infinitive in ER form. Examples: marcher, to walk. Marcher, to walk. Manger, to eat. Manger, to eat. Exception: aller, to go. The ER verbs follow the same pattern, conjugating them in passé composé. The verb aller, to go, is not a regular verb. It is not conjugated the same way other verbs are conjugated. The passé composé is an action that happened in the past and done and gone and over it. In English, you can say, I ate a banana this morning. It is in the past tense. It is a past tense and a past action. How to form the passé composé? We have the subject pronoun plus the auxiliary verb être ou avoir in the present tense plus the past participle. Some regular verbs are used with avoir, to have, and some are used with être, to be. The past participle of first group verb ends in a, that is a accent aigu. Example: marcher, to walk. J'ai marché, I walked, I have walked. Remember that in the passé composé with er, you just drop the er and add a. The ending of the past participle depends on the auxiliary verb you use to form the passé composé. With the auxiliary verb avoir, is the same regardless of the gender and number of the subject. It will always be a. Example: nous avons marché. We walk, we have walked. When you use the auxiliary verb être to be with some verb, you need to consider the subject. Examples: avoir, to have in the passé composé. Chanter, to sing in the passé composé. J'ai chanté, tu as chanté, il a chanté, elle a chanté, on a chanté, nous avons chanté, vous avez chanté, ils ont chanté, elles ont chanté. You can see is the auxiliary verb avoir that is conjugated in the present in the past participle of chanter, which ends in a throughout. In order to be able to do this, you need to know the auxiliary verb avoir in the present tense. Other examples: marcher, to walk. J'ai marché, tu as marché, il a marché, elle a marché, on a marché, nous avons marché, vous avez marché, ils ont marché, elles ont marché. Most of the verbs take avoir, to have, in the passé composé. The rest of the verb that take ets are what we are going to have a look at now. They are movement verbs, reflexive verbs. Entrer, to go in, enter, in the passé composé. Je suis entré, tu es entré, il est entré, elle est entrée, on est entré, nous sommes entrés, vous êtes entrés, ils sont entrés, elles sont entrées. Let's have a look at je suis entré. You can see E in the brackets. It means that when the person talking is a female, you just remove the bracket, you add the E to the entrée. So the entrée agrees in gender and number with the subject pronoun. The same for the rest, but for the elle est entrée is straight feminine or female, feminine gender, that's why the E is added. You can't put it in bracket. Ils, elles sont entrés. When you have il and elle together, ils sont entrés, masculine gender, it will remain like that. Il est entré, same thing. Nous sommes entrés. When the people talking are female, you have the feminine gender. Therefore, the E will be added plus an S. But if it is masculine and female together, there will be no E added, but rather the S will be added. We continue. Note, for the ER verb in passé composé, simply drop the ER and add A. However, depending on the subject pronoun you use, you have to add E or an ES. That's what I just explained, with the nous, with the vous, etc. Have a look at the above example. Since entrer is a movement verb, you use the auxiliary verb être. You add A for the feminine singular, or you add ES for feminine plural. Pratique. Conjugate the following verb into passé composé with avoir. We say with avoir. Let me donner. I'm going to display everything. Chercher. Attraper. All right, let's start do the conjugation. Donner is a verb of first group ending in ER. So the auxiliary verb avoir, it should be added. And also what we need to change is the past participle of the verb donner. That ends in A with accent. So let's go. J'ai donné. Tu as donné. Il a donné. Elle a donné. On a donné. Nous avons donné. Vous avez donné. Ils ont donné. Elles ont donné. Chercher. J'ai cherché. Tu as cherché. Il a cherché. Elle a cherché. On a cherché. Nous avons cherché. Vous avez cherché. Ils ont cherché. Elles ont cherché. Attraper. J'ai attrapé. Tu as attrapé. Il a attrapé. Elle a attrapé. On a attrapé. Nous avons attrapé. Vous avez attrapé. Ils ont attrapé. Elles ont attrapé. You can see that the auxiliary verb is the same throughout, and the past participle of the verb ends in A, all of them. So it's the same thing that you can do by trying another verb or other verbs. Go below the video, there's a portion for you to write your trial exercise there and submit. When you submit, we are going to assist you. Merci, au revoir, bye-bye.